Hey guys, I just found an article that I want to share, published today, 22nd of August, 12, called ProAna Communities Good for Those with Eating Disorders. Could ProAna and thinspo sites actually be good for women with eating disorders? A new study from Indiana University says yes. Researchers interviewed 33 bloggers from 7 countries about their experiences in online eating disorder communities and found that most believe these communities have been crucial to their eating disorder recovery. And then Tech News Daily says pro-anorexia blogs could lead to recovery. This kind of goes along with my own experience in research and working with individuals on the websites and stuff. So I think this is a really important study that people need to be aware of. Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest all have policies to ban users who post material that promotes anorexia as a viable lifestyle. But the study suggests that most pro-ana bloggers realize they have a serious problem. The Indiana study is called Communicating Stigma, the ProAna Paradox. I'll read the abstract. This study explores the personal experience of ProAna bloggers, members of an online community for people with eating disorders. Using Ervig Goffman's work on stigma, this study explores the motivations, benefits, and drawbacks of blogging about a stigmatized mental illness, as taken from the blogger's own perspective. We conducted 33 interviews with bloggers from 7 different countries via phone, Skype, and email. Participants were motivated to blog because they found social support, a way to cope with stigmatized illness, and means of self-expression. Participants described fear that the eating disorder will be revealed if the blog is exposed, and the concern that the blog encourages disordered eating, or the perceived negative consequences of maintaining such a blog. Thus, blogging about anorexia serves both to alleviate and trigger anxiety about living with this stigmatized illness. Okay, this is an IU News article interviewing the head researcher on it from August 20, 2012. Bloomington, Indiana. A groundbreaking new research study from Indiana University suggests there may be benefits to the controversial activities of ProAna bloggers, the online community for people with eating disorders. Most of the 33 bloggers from 7 countries interviewed for the study, which has just been published in the Journal of Health Communication, said their writing activities provide a way to express themselves without judgment, which the authors believe can be crucial to their treatment. We don't know what are the effects of participating in this community on health, said Daphna Yeshua Katz, a doctoral student in telecommunications in the IU College of Arts and Sciences. But we do know that the current therapy for eating disorders is not effective. These communities are providing support, albeit supporting an illness that may result in someone's death, added Nicole Martins, an assistant professor of telecommunications at IU. But until they're ready to go and seek recovery on their own terms, this might actually be a way of prolonging their life so that they are mentally ready to tackle the recovery process. From the outside looking in, this looks like a really disturbing community, but I think that the fact that these women are able to find support from one another and find a place where someone understands what they're going through is a really good thing, Martins added. They acknowledge that the study findings are different from media coverage and other research about the ProAna community. The National Association of Anorexia and Associated Disorders in 2010, reporting that eating disorders affect more than 11 million people in the U.S. alone. Little is known about the ProAna online community because of the closeted and secretive nature of its members. The IU study is believed to be the first one to focus on interviews with the bloggers. Previous research in this area has centered on content analysis of what these people, mostly women with the disorders, are writing. The researchers reached out to 300 bloggers and received a 10% response, a statistically significant response. Both men and women with eating disorders were approached, but only women participated. Participants ranged in age from 15 to 33. Most were attending high school or college, and all lived in countries where anorexia is most common. Yeshua Katz said, "Many bloggers express themselves through song lyrics, music, and photos that they call inspiration, which are very controversial. Complaints from eating disorder support groups have led the internet service providers to shut down pro-anorexia websites, but the site administrators and bloggers have remained resilient. They use the blogs to look for support and understanding, but at the same time, the content they display is something that for us, people who are not sick, is very disturbing," she said. Studies show that people with eating disorders are stigmatized. Therefore, these bloggers are looking for a place to vent out and express themselves without judgment of others. Yeshua Katz, the lead author on the paper, frequently researches how marginalized people are mediating their stigma through social media. The results reveal that the answers to why individuals are attracted to ProAna sites have little to do with the need to share a broad philosophy or outlook, and may stem from the desire simply to belong to a safe community of individuals with similar experiences, the researchers wrote in the study. Their primary motivation for blogging was to seek social support. Most bloggers started publishing because they did not want to feel alone and were interested in finding others like themselves. They described interactions with family and friends as stressful because they lack the understanding of their situation, while online they can receive support constituted with sympathy, understanding, and encouragement. About half the bloggers also said that self-expression and the need to cope with social stigmas were other motives. When asked to give an example of how the blogging might help them cope with stigma, 6 respondents answered that blogging offers them a different reality. The majority of the sample reported that blogging about their illness improves their mood and that they found relief through their writing. The support they found was seen as unconditional. They receive encouragement when they post about their weight loss success and comfort in bloggers' comments when they fail in such efforts. Moreover, when a user wants to stop self-harm behavior or go into recovery, the community supports her choice too, the researchers explained. Our participants perceived the support within their eating community to be stronger than the support they received from their so-called strong ties to their offline life, they said, adding that 8 bloggers reported meeting other community members in person. While most studies make the claim that ProAna websites promote and maintain anorexia by sharing tips for weight loss and concealing the disorder, only 5 bloggers mentioned this as a reason to start their blogs. Participants in this research, except for shutting down their blogs, did actively engage in ways to warn their audience about the content and ignored or blocked requests for tips and tricks for what they nicknamed Anorexics, young teenagers who want to become anorexic, the paper said. Yeshua Katz and Martins hope their research provides the medical community with greater understanding of the people they are treating. One of the bloggers they spoke to expressed difficulty finding recovery blogs and still follows the ProAna blogs because it's hard to totally abandon them. For example, they were missing a 24-hour support place, Yeshua Katz said. "We need to see what about the ProAna blogs is drawing people into the community and design blogs for recovery that offer the same kind of useful information so the recovery will work. By knowing what they're doing in these blogs, we might be able to find better ways to provide online support," she added. The paper also highlights a major paradox for the ProAna community. They go online to vent out and relieve stress. But then, by having their blog, by having their secret life, it adds another level of stress to their life, Yeshua Katz said. There is an information game going on, and it's very intense and stressful because your stigma is unknown. 10 of the ProAna bloggers actually produced 2 blogs, a healthy one for family members and friends, and another about their eating disorders. The fact that disordered eating is such a solitary and isolating experience makes the internet an ideal place for offering support and advice, the researchers wrote. The ProAna community is worth studying in its own right as a social space that affords a style of interaction that would be highly unlikely to be visible in the offline, pre-internet environment. My research correlates. I have found that the majority of ED bloggers I've spoken to know what ProAna is, have been to the sites. For a quick visual of this, do a search for the eating disorder tag on YouTube. One of the questions in that tag is, have you ever been to a ProAna site? And I think I saw one video where someone said no. The majority of us go, and there's a good reason why. And that needs to be acknowledged. Also, I think very relevant here is the fact that the inefficacy of treatment is addressed. The fact that the media message that A, people in ProAna communities want to recruit people to pathology, and that B, refuse to acknowledge their illness as an actual illness and consider it a bona fide lifestyle, are false. And that's been my experience as well, both in participating in these communities, in researching these communities, in talking to eating disorder sufferers. And surprisingly, there are quite a few who won't necessarily admit it directly, but upon speaking with, more intimately, more privately, will indicate that ProAna was a stepping stone to their healing, at least beginning the healing journey, or being willing to explore healing alternatives to ED pathology coping skills. So it's a very valid issue, and I am happy that it's shedding a more balanced light on the issue rather than just the shock value sensationalist media. Oh my goodness, this is a cult and they want to kidnap your daughters and make them sick and keep them sick and think, this is totally fine and not dangerous. It's a myth. That is so largely unfounded. And I'm very happy to see this. But yeah, please share your thoughts. I'm interested in getting some dialogue going on this. I know a lot of people are afraid to say a word. It'd be nice to have some voices alongside mine. So, alright guys, much love and be well. See you soon. Bye.